Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of three heroes, noble and bold. A brute, a druid, and a thief who is but 9 years old. You know them by name, you know them by deed. Their quests are famously daring. So here I sit, singing to you an adventure that is worth sharing. Tuck is the brute, he knows not his home, he loves to sing and fight. Ving is half elf, he shifts his shape and wields a spear with great might. Billy's a thief, his tiny size does mask the largest heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but their friendship outweighs their smarts. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spout Lore. I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me, as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
Hello, everybody.
Playing Ving, the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Hello, Shawn.
And playing Fat Billy, the halfling thief, Jessica Ty.
Hello, everyone.
I've never been directly said hello to in the opening sequence.
Aww.
That really threw me off.
I made eye contact.
I don't exist as an individual in this place. I am the narrator.
You only exist to facilitate the rules.
I agree.
Only.
When last we left our heroes, they were in the middle of an infiltration into the security hotel suites of mayoral candidate Etienne Boggins. The plan kind of started falling apart as someone arrived at the door. Thandy, the kind of kidnapped, sort of coerced security hiree, was quickly inducted into the skullduggery as he became part of a plan to make it seem like he'd had a big shit, that he was taking a shit. There was a lot of farting. It was a pretty par for the course Spout Lore situation, really.
It harkened back to the first season.
It sure did. Yeah. And the second season and third and every season of the show.
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah. And at the door, Mayor Etienne Boggins himself. Thandy was able to throw off suspicion, mostly due to the power of the farts emerging from the bathroom. Yeah, Jesus Christ. And danger was avoided.
So mad.
You
were so mad at us.
Sometimes I want us to broaden our comedic horizons, and sometimes I have to allow a fart joke to happen. But it was a good fart joke. It was hilarious. I think the tapes will show that I had a good time. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, I punched a couch cushion over and over and over. Thandy revealed that he had been hired for the security gig by an individual known as the Kestrel, and the party asked, in exchange for a bucket of donuts, if he could set up a meeting between them and the Kestrel, which he did, taking place in the High Spear Mall, returning after many seasons and many years to that beautiful, magical, terrible, post-apocalyptic shopping center. The party prepared for their meeting by going on a shopping spree. Mm-hmm. As they always do. They hit up Sage's, run by Sage and Sage.
They both look like one half of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Bottom or top?
Always bottom.
You went vertical? Ving bamboozled them and me into giving him like 50 uses of poultice and herbs.
I think it was 10.
Yeah, guys, don't worry about anything from here on in.
Yeah, let's get in a bunch of fights.
Yeah,
I want to get in a street fight.
You were in a mall fight.
Yeah, and then moments later, Billy was in fact in a street fight as the World of Blades and House of Knives were feuding in an attempt to drum up business. Then Tuck hit up Shorten McWides as he realized that he never picked up the loot he dropped off for repair several years ago. And while the guy went into the back to get the loot, Tuck shoveled a bunch of music bottles into his backpack.
Oh, right. I should write that down in my inventory.
You have like at least, I'd say, a dozen.
Okay.
Holy moly.
They're music bottles.
They're
Not,
singles?
well, I mean...
It's a tiny backpack.
Like testers?
They're like hit clips. You guys remember hit clips where it has like one song on a piece of plastic?
Yeah.
What if they came in like cases, you know?
Oh, like a 6-pack?
Yeah.
That's how an album comes.
Yeah. It's like a compilation. It's like Big Shiny Tunes.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of songs in one like 6-pack case.
I like
of
that.
the same genre. Big Shiny Tunes for our American listeners. Look it up.
I'm pretty sure they know.
It's not my job to educate you about Canadian culture.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
look it up.
Look it up.
In fact, only look up Big Shiny Tunes 2.
Yeah, don't look up the modern ones. That's
No.
for sure. Tuck did not pay for any of that stuff. The guy's only defense was going, no, wait. And Tuck just walked out.
Well, it's too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Something like 200 coins or something like
it
that?
was more than 200 coins.
They had to
That's
repair
wild.
a shattered loot,
Yeah.
and then they had to store it for 2 years.
So that's like a year's salary.
Yeah, that
Look,
doesn't mean we have to pay them that.
It's not my fault
Yeah.
you guys are poor.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's
And it's not our fault either. Are you blaming us right now?
that's 20 weeks worth of wages.
You guys
We've
are
never had a
so-
job.
You're literally freelancers. You have money all the time, and then Tuck spends 200 coins on a scarf,
That's true.
and then I get in trouble for it.
We can't. He's too big.
Yeah.
That's true. The party headed to Big Boy's Donuts, a upscale donut restaurant,
Mhm.
to meet the Kestrel for their meeting. And as they sat in their private upstairs booth, Etienne Boggins himself arrived, and then immediately revealed himself to be Colonel Dan Derglot.
Classic.
Love him. Love
In
to see that guy.
Disguise.
Yeah.
It turns out that he has been borrowed from Maggie Cole
Mhm.
to another group of menders, which have been attempting to get Dan/Etienne elected, using the story of Etienne Boggins as the quote-unquote savior of Mudlark in order to get a more direct line to the princeps and the ruling powers of the High Spear Principality.
Mhm.
For what reason, we do not know. Dan also got into his backstory a little bit to sort of clear the air. He was a Kestrel, sort of special forces operator in the Great Forest military,
Mm.
or in the Ranger Corps. He also revealed to you that it was Etienne Boggins that put that Elf's Bane in his Schloss meat all those many years ago, clearing up one of the first unsolved mysteries of the Spout Lore universe.
Maybe the only unsolved mystery that was left.
Listeners, you let us know. How many threads have I forgotten? The answer is none. My mind is a steel trap. The labyrinth within which the Minotaur dwells is impenetrable.
And the Minotaur is lost.
Minotaur is... Guys, please.
I have no bars. Can someone tell me how to get out of here?
He's on his phone.
Yeah.
My phone's about to die.
My phone's at like 2%.
Somebody get me out of here. You parted on the terms magically enforced by Billy's fairy oath that you would just stay out of each other's ways
Mm-hmm.
on pain of Dan's throat becoming open.
Yeah.
Seems to be the fairy oath that is being sworn. And Tuck gifted Colonel Dan his double-headed base loot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were immediately accosted by mall security for shoplifting said loot, which you said, to that you said, I didn't steal it. That guy has it. And they chased Dan out of the mall. And that is where we find our heroes now. I imagine we can, unless you guys want to stick around in the mall, I imagine we can cut forward to what, Thandy's room? Sneak back in. You got his big bucket of donuts that you promised.
I like to think that we dropped off the donuts, but
Yes.
like knocked on the door, and then he was like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
Wow, big old bucket of fresh baked donuts for me.
Yeah, it cuts to us. We're listening around the corner to him being excited about it.
Oh my God, there they are. Big bucket of fresh donuts just for Thandy.
Ving's arranged it as like an edible arrangement. So they look like a big bucket of flowers.
Oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just not just the donuts, it's the presentation that I love. And then from where you're standing, you see the window open and he's just leaning on the windowsill. He's got a donut in his hand.
Oh, nice.
He slowly brings it up. He takes the tiniest little bite. He savors it, looks out at the city. A single tear rolls down his cheek. Dandy, now that we're alone with just the donuts, I think that I can tell you about all the things I've been thinking. Just as from my days as a ragamuffin on the corridors of the High Spear Mall, now here, eating this donut.
It was a dicey road.
Things really came full circle, like this bucket of donuts.
The donut represents all the full circles in my life. And now looking at the city skyline, I know there are good things in the future for you, Dandy.
The hole represents the time I didn't have any donuts.
But the donut represents the time I did have donuts.
Now I can kill Fenton Beasley.
Bum, bum, bum.
Should we go back, hook up with Morris and Perel?
See if they found anything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what they found out about the tower.
They got a room at the Spearmint B&B.
Oh, they're in the same. So you guys were in the Spearmint B&B.
Yeah, we just went down one floor.
Yeah, so you knock on the door and Morris and Perel are there in bathrobes, full on. They hit the robes up right away.
Mm-hmm.
And Perel has a towel around his head as well.
He's drinking pineapple juice.
You don't have any hair, Perel.
Yeah,
What's the towel for?
I like the way the towel feels on my head. It's a warm, hot, wet towel. You know, Billy, one day when you don't have any hair, you'll know.
What? I'm never going to lose my hair. What are you talking about?
Oh, we'll see about that. It skips a generation. So if genetics are any indication.
Oh my gosh. Billy's never thought of this.
Oh no, Perel
Haunted.
made me bald.
I could be bald like Perel. It's my nightmare.
Oh my God, 2 of my dads are bald.
Yeah, I look at Tuck and I'm like, uh-oh. And I look at Bing like, it might be coming.
He's just trying to get sticks out of his hair.
You're trying to remember where Ving's hairline was when you met him and where it is now. Yeah, so Morris and Perel are here. Victor is also in a bathrobe because he is
Cute.
still in his illusory form.
Oh, right.
And he's sitting like very wide stanced on a chair, staring at the door. Enter, close the door. The city is full of dangers.
I closed the door.
And he just nods and continues to stare at the door. And Morris and Perel are sitting on the bed, drinking their pineapple smoothies. And they're just like, so what did you learn?
We tell him about the mystery that we solved. About Etienne Boggins.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm. Great. So that's out of our hair, I guess, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan's not going to fuck with us.
Just to be clear, we're going to let this mysterious mender group just get a puppet mayor installed.
I don't care.
All right, cool.
I trust the Menders, mostly.
You trust the people that wanted to imprison me for eternity?
Yeah, dude.
Mostly.
You were
All
a
right.
piece of shit when we met.
Whoa, okay, that's true. You're right. I was actually. No, that's fine. That's fine. I was absolutely evil at that point.
Yeah.
So what now?
I don't know.
There's kind of like 2 main avenues that you all can take.
Mm-hmm.
You either come with Morris and me to the High Spear, and we can start uncovering what we need to get started on our project, which will, again, potentially take several months, like the actual work of doing whatever we need to do. Or you can go and try and take out the Blackhammer twins, which was what Nathaniel suggested as being a good way to halt the Gibbous man's plans.
Right. I do want to kill Colin Blackhammer.
Yeah.
Because he stabbed the fuck out of Billy.
Oof.
Mhm.
That did hurt pretty bad.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Billy?
I feel okay. You know, I can just tell that so much of me was stabbed.
Yeah, Billy, you weren't like magically healed or anything either. So you've got like a healing wound.
Yeah, it feels like just stuff is loose in there. It's getting better.
Uh-huh.
We keep actively having to stop him from picking at his scab.
Ew, I would never do that.
There's a scene with a cone around Billy's head.
The poultice has molasses in it, Billy.
I know.
That's right. That's why you had to wear the cone.
It's hard to resist.
Uh-huh.
All right, do I want to go to war or do I want to look at books?
Yeah.
You could always try and link up with like the actual war effort. You could sign on as mercenaries.
I feel like given that the Gibbous man is coming for us now,
Yeah.
like after you fought him, it might be a good idea to like stay moving for a bit.
That's true. I don't want to draw him here while you guys are here.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that either.
You know what we should keep in mind, given like what we learned about him, is that we might want to be on the lookout for something that can hurt him. Given that he's corporeal, that's not a problem we have to solve right now. But if you guys figure that out, and I point at Perel, I'm like, if you guys ever come across anything that you think could hurt the Gibbous man, let us know.
Okay, yeah, we've got our room keys for Hither and Yon, so we can just deliver it to Mears.
Ask Chimes.
If we see Chimes, we'll ask him about it, yeah. Same. If you see Chimes, ask him about it.
Okay. Is there anything you want us to ask Chimes for you?
Just like what his kind of like day-to-day regimen looks like, because he's over 2,000 years old and he's looking ripped.
He looks like a bag of rope.
And he's still got all his hair too. Well, most of his hair. And I,
Go on.
You got very sensitive about your bald head ever since Billy made fun of you that one time.
I didn't really mean it. I'm so sorry, Perel.
it's fine. I'm not even worried about it. I'm a transmutation wizard. If I wanted hair, I could grow it.
I think it's sexy.
I like it. You're like a sexy cantaloupe.
You're like an egg that I can fuck.
Which has always been my dream.
Donkey.
All right, so you're gonna go stay on the move.
Yeah, and I think if we're going to try and get to the war front, it makes sense to see if Mears could use Hither and Yon to get us there.
Yep.
We know nothing of Callum. We
Yeah.
need to understand what his part is in all this.
Mhm.
I do like the idea of us going behind the enemy lines and pretending to be soldiers.
I
Oh.
do love that.
Like
Yeah.
join the Blackfield Principality. Oh.
Yeah.
Firefields.
Yeah.
Principality.
Blackfield is that music
Oh,
festival
my
I was
gosh.
telling you about.
Firefield.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Firefields Principality.
Yeah.
Ooh, and be spies.
We're going to be spies.
I think we might be spies soon.
Yeah.
I think we might be spying on some
Oh
people.
my God.
Uh-oh.
We accidentally spied on you.
We just outsmarted the best spy we've ever met, too.
That's true.
Dan
So-
Turcotte?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did not expect it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we'll Morris and I'll head out today.
Mhm.
Head off for the High Spear. We got a bit of a hike ahead of us.
Okay, and we'll head back to Hither and Yon.
What do you wish me to do?
I wish you to hug me, Victor.
And he gets up and he hugs you.
Yeah.
And you feel, though it looks
His
to
little
everyone.
dog paws.
Yeah, you feel like it looks like a man is crouching down to hug you. You feel dog paws on your arms.
He's doing that thing that huskies do where,
Yeah.
like, they...
I love you. He says,
I love you.
I love you, Victor. Be a good boy without me.
Do you wish me to stay and watch over the two pathetic old men?
I think that's for the
That's
best.
smart.
I will do this thing. Very soon, I believe I will look like a big wolf again, but I think that will be okay.
I think tomorrow you'll look like a big wolf. It only lasts a day.
It only lasts a day. I have 1/2 day left to be a man. I will make the best use of it.
Enjoy the thumbs you have now.
It cuts to him on a Ferris wheel with a cotton candy.
Yeah.
Hooray!
And then him using a fork and knife
Yeah.
at his
Oh,
dinner.
wow, look at these. It's just like
Everybody
flop.
he meets, he's just thumbs
up.
up.
Way to go, everyone. Your patheticness is not holding you down.
And then at the Italian restaurant he's at, he looks across the way and he sees a woman who like makes eye contact with him, and then it turns all pink haze. Dreamweaver. And then it's like a series of cuts of them like
He's picking her a rose out of a garden, but he's like digging it out of the earth and then handing it to her.
And
in
they,
his mouth.
they dance in the middle of the restaurant, like, because there's like, live music,
yeah.
and he's got the rose between his teeth.
Yeah.
Such wooden, awkward,
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
stance dancing.
Yeah.
yeah. They go on a moonlit walk at night.
She says, "Do you want to go for a walk?"
Oh boy, holy moly. She throws a stick, he runs after it.
Yeah.
And then at the stroke of midnight,
You see her bending down and picking up a pile of shit.
and she looks up and there's a dog.
Yeah.
It's a wolf.
A giant wolf. And she
Yeah.
No, she makes eye contact, she knows.
she knows it's him.
And then she lets him lope off into the sunset.
Single tear.
Single tear.
Lands on the rose that he gave her.
Oh, it drips down the rose. It looks like the rose is crying.
Tears of a rose.
Tears of a rose once again.
That's the song that's playing as he runs off into the night.
Yeah.
The tears of the rose, they fall.
And there's like she's like on a bridge, like looking into the water, so sad that
Yeah.
she lost what might have been the love of her life.
And then a rose
Yeah.
petal falls into the water and
Yeah.
drifts away.
Yeah.
And it drifts down the river. And down the river, there's a big tongue as Victor's drinking out of the water.
And back on the bridge, there's another woman that's like, "Did you fall in love with a wolf tonight too?" High Spear's a crazy city.
High Spear, baby!
And then they lock eyes.
And it's a big haze. And they're dancing on the bridge together.
They hand each other the roses.
These two people are locked in an infinite loop of lost loves.
Rose cross lovers.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then Victor's back in the Spearmint B&B with Morris and Perot putting their backpacks on.
Yeah.
And you three head back to Hither and Yon? That's the plan?
Yep.
All right. It's right where you left it. The nice wrought iron and wood sign that Hither and Yon manifested when it appeared here. The mayor fair is still crackling away. There's food booths and games. All of the various mayoral candidates are screaming at each other. A couple of them are fighting in the street.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just how you determine who gets to still be running for mayor.
Dan is one of the people in the fight.
Yeah, and he looks like you're seeing Etienne Boggins like fighting somebody in the road, and he's like flopping around like a loser.
Uh-huh.
But the three of you see like Dan throws in some surreptitious moves
Sick.
and just takes down his opponent. Is like, wow, I suppose that means that I continue to run. What a nice surprise.
And now I will get on the prize hog to indicate that I won that.
He starts riding a little pig around the
What
square.
a lovely culture we have.
It's a top hat. It's like the mayors of New York.
Everyone's like applauding and throwing handkerchiefs in the air.
Confetti.
Yeah.
He's waving from atop his pig.
Mears is like watching from the front door of Hither and Yon. It's
Like,
like,
what the fuck?
I hate this town.
So wasteful.
And the mayor of my town briefly was a pig.
the mayor of your town briefly was this guy.
Was this pig?
No, it was Etienne.
Oh, and that guy. Oh, wow. Wow, I actually hate my town too. Well, and he like walks back into Hither and Yon.
Yeah, there's like an old man who's been sitting in the pub for a day and a half, like just absolutely wasted.
He's like teetering on the stool.
Yeah.
And that was the fourth pair of boots I made. The fifth pair of boots were actually a gift from my brother. And it turns out they'd be the boots that killed him. The sixth pair of boots I made. And Mears comes back and like takes the mug out of his hand. And he's like, and he just puts a glass of water on the table in front of the guy.
Do you want me to get rid of that guy?
Nah, he's pretty harmless.
I am a professional bouncer, and I show him my certificate.
Your bouncer's union card.
Laminated.
I did laminate.
Nice.
Yeah.
The picture is just Tuck doing like the pussy eating.
Oh yeah.
And then the picture on the back is him suplexing someone who got too rowdy at a Buffalo Wild
It's
Wings.
like what do you call it? Like holographic.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like him.
Zip, zip.
It's an animation, a 2-frame animation of Tuck suplexing
This
a guy
is my
through a
license
table.
and my resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a trading card in McCall. It's worth something.
Anyways, you want me to ditch his old cobbler?
I can suplex him like this. I do the thing.
I don't think that'll be necessary. He's just gonna sober up a little bit. So I'm getting the vibe you guys are heading out.
Yeah, because I'm wearing my backpack and all my stuff.
Billy's got a big hat and a walking stick and sunglasses
Yeah.
on.
I'm crying,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
I mean, you guys have your room keys.
I know, it's just a different feeling. It's just a different feeling when you know that you have to spend all day outside.
There is a thing where it's like when you leave the front door, because this happened also when Morris and Perel left, where they were like, I guess this is goodbye.
Yeah, it always
Yeah.
feels like, because you don't know. It's a magical
Never
thing.
know.
Yeah.
But it is like, I think there's something about the bar that makes it feel like it's the final scene of like a really long running sitcom.
Yeah.
Where
Where Mr. Feeney looks at the empty classroom or whatever. Yeah.
it goes, class over.
Yeah. I love you all.
Oh.
So your plan is to get behind enemy lines and join the Firefield's Principality army?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if Mears could take us there with Hither and Yon.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You
Hither
guys
and
had
Yon-
talked about rolling for it.
Yeah, we did talk
Oh.
about rolling for it, like, because Hither and Yon has its own mind about where it goes or stays.
Yeah, totally.
So we could try rolling for it.
Yeah.
Because it takes so much intention, right, to go to the right place. And right now we're a little bit scattered. So I like the idea of leaving it up to the die to see what it thinks.
Yeah, totally. I think Hither and Yon will have its own like door mechanic where you roll, I want to say probably charisma to try and like convince Hither and Yon to take you where you want to go. 10 plus, it takes you where you need to be. 7 to 9, you're close, but not quite. And 6 plus, you are in danger in some way.
Okay.
Like you end up somewhere that's not good.
Are we like all rolling together?
I think it's whoever's opening the door. Like I think it is a single roll to determine.
Billy is like still like he's trying to be brave, but he's actually pretty scared to go back because his knife wound is very fresh.
God,
it's really fresh.
And so he's kind of clinging on to Mears, like, I really miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you too, Billy. But you can come back literally any time you find a door.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hold on a little longer.
Okay, that's fine.
We didn't see you for so long, and now you're back, and it's just really hard to leave again. And I mean, who knows what's going to happen? And it's a magical bar, and
it's the nostalgia field. It's this happens to everybody that spends time in Hither and Yon.
It's like a winter morning, and you're trying to get out of your bed, but it's so cozy, and you really don't want to.
Yeah, it is a bar that is metaphysically comforting to people. It rejuvenates your spirit. It makes sense that it feels bad to leave, but you can come back anytime. Just hold on to your room keys.
I lost my key.
You lost? What do you mean you lost your key?
No, it's in one of these flaps. I don't know.
You gotta check.
You cut back to Tuck, who is unaffected by the nostalgia field. He's just eating a giant kielbasa in the kitchen, and he's like, "Fucking Ving forgets his key everywhere." And he picks up a key.
It up.
Yeah, Tuck just leaves. He's just going in and out of the door, going out, checking out the fair.
Yeah.
And the seventh pair of boots I made. You're never going to believe this. It was actually the second pair of boots I made.
Whoa, how did that happen?
They came back to me like every good pair of boots does.
Cool. And the camera shifts to a wide, and Tuck is just dragging the table out the front door. That's awesome, dude.
Dude, that's so cool.
Is the dude just like seated at the table?
Yeah, he's seated as if nothing is changing. And then he's just outside.
Yeah.
And the eighth pair of boots.
Eighth pair of boots I made. Now there's like a chicken on the table. It's just pecking at his plate of bread. Nate, you're gonna love this. It's a ninth pair of boots I have yet to make. Ooh, where am I? Click. And then all the shutters slam.
Yeah.
And Mears comes back from the cellar.
Oh, that guy just left on his own. Stole your table, too. Piece of shit.
Oh. Okay.
That's weird. I bolted it down.
It's just holes in the floor where it got ripped out.
The floorboards are broken.
Still attached to the table.
Mears just rolls his eyes. All right. Well, it seems like Hither and Yon has decided it's time to go. Where to now? Who's...
The scary place.
So we want to go behind enemy lines. We got to figure out who's going to roll this. Tuck tells you guys, the thing I want more than anything is to kill Cole and Blackhammer.
Yes.
So if I open the door, that's going to be where we go.
Okay.
Or maybe it'll take us to Allison.
What I want most is to kill that guy.
And then I
see Allison.
And then I smell her scarf. Yeah, calm.
Oh no, don't do it like that. You're going to cross your wires.
Yeah,
You're going to try to fuck Cole Blackhammer.
Dreamweaver.
Wait, no, hold on. Focus up.
Yeah, I think you should roll in that case because you want it really bad.
But are we trying to get to Callum, though?
We're trying to find out
Because the thing,
more about him.
a thing to remember, Shawn O'Hara here speaking. Last time you fought Colin Blackhammer, he beat the brakes off you guys.
Totes.
You could always, you're kind of healed up. You could always try and ambush him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I was you three, I would maybe want to be a little prepared to do so.
So maybe I shouldn't be the one that opens the door because and Tuck is speaking totally truthfully to you guys right now. It will either take us to Colm or Allison. I have not jerked off in a long time.
I guess we've been sharing a room.
Yeah, we can't.
Okay, well, if I open the door, it's going to go to a bowl of soup or...
Bowl of soup.
I think that's about it.
All right.
If I open the door, I'll probably go back to that bathroom that I've been using to jerk off in where I lost my key.
You dropped it in the toilet.
Let's roll to see who rolls.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Who can focus their minds enough? Okay.
So multiple, so one or two, it's you, Jess.
One or two?
One or two is
Okay.
you.
Oh, we're
Three
rolling.
to see who
One
rolls.
person rolls.
3 or 4, 5 or 6.
Okay. One.
So you gotta
I
open
got
it.
to it.
Okay, so just so I understand,
Yeah.
are you guys trying to get to like Black Glass to sign up?
To the fire field?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was your plan, was like, initially your plan was be double agents,
in our minds
to get close to Callum Blackhammer.
I mean,
Yes.
that's a good option for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could do that.
I want to get into
I
that
thought-
army.
I thought we were like going to like wherever they live.
I'm a little worried that
Oh.
they'll know who we are
Yeah.
because of the battle and we
Yeah.
fought him and everything. I think we need to go somewhere sneakier first to see how we can become double agents way off the line,
Okay.
like way on the back line.
Yeah.
Like the city, like where the battles are being planned.
Yeah, the high command.
Yeah.
Oh, so we go to
Like-
Black Glass.
Black Glass is the capital of the Firefields Principality.
I was thinking like the high command is maybe a tent or like, you know how there's
Totally.
like a base, an
Yeah, like
army base
camp.
somewhere.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
there's probably a fort or camp out there
A
somewhere.
fort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the goal is to get to High Command, sneak in,
yeah.
and observe how Callum is running the operation.
Yes. And we could sneak in as recruits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out what the fuck he knows about that gibbous map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
much they're working for him or how he's pulling their strings.
So you're trying to get close to Callum Blackhammer.
Yeah.
Whatever way possible.
Uh-huh.
That's what Billy thinks. So he puts the bowl of soup out of his mind. He pushes it aside like he's full, but he's not.
Yeah. He pushes it in front of Callum Blackhammer.
Yeah. And I
Oh.
see Callum Blackhammer's face, whatever he looks like, and I'm like,
Ooh.
It's you just look like it, you're just imagining Colm Blackhammer, but like a nerd.
And he takes a spoon and takes some of your soup.
yeah, I'm just like, "Ugh, I'm gonna fight you.
All right, so we're rolling 2d6 plus charisma
Sure, yeah.
to try and convince Hither and Yon to take you where you gotta go.
I'm going to drink that soup.
Plus charisma. My soup. So 1,
Uh-oh.
Holy shit.
5 total.
Oh, no.
So full failure.
Do you have any fairy child?
I do. I have 1 left.
Oh, okay.
I'll use it. I change it to a 7 to 9 with my fairy child.
Yeah. So you're getting close, but
Mhm.
not quite.
Mhm.
What if it like instead of opening up in like Black Glass or near where Callum Blackhammer would be, we
Uh-huh.
would open up on the road to it.
Okay.
I think, like, I like the idea that you open the door and it's literally like outside is moving.
Oh,
like you're
like
in
we're
you're
in
in a
a-
cart.
carriage.
Uh-huh.
Like
a
you
good idea.
open the
Yeah.
back of a carriage
Of
and
the
you're like,
high
oh,
spear army.
yeah.
or of the Black Glass army. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
the Black
Yeah.
Glass Army.
Yeah, I
well,
like
because you're
that.
trying to get to the camp, right? So
Yeah.
you're like, I want to go to
Right.
where Callum Blackhammer is. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, Hither and Yon's like, good news. Other people are trying to get there too.
Yeah.
And it opens you up into the back of a carriage. You see people, like you crack the door
Uh-huh.
and there's like, you see like a Mac, like a war Mac,
Oh.
like walking, boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Like mechanics hanging off of it.
Ooh.
But it's also like
hanging off of it? How?
like riding it.
Like in a papoose?
It has
Did you say
like
papoose?
you know how Billy climbed it? How there's like handholds and scaffolding and stuff? Like there are guys like hanging onto those scaffolds.
There's one lazy
Like-
mechanic.
He's
In
got
a
a hammock tied to the chest of it.
Well, and it's got like supplies on it. Like it's got crates and bags like lashed to it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a mech mule.
Yeah, exactly. And it's wearing like a big tartan,
Oh,
like
cool.
wrapped it like a down across the chest, and then it's got like a war kilt like
Nice.
around its waist. And it is, this one looks like it's been, no, I'm not going to get too many into
Tell
detail.
me, tell us.
He's playing the bagpipes.
I actually do think they have pipes on them that
I
make
think so.
noise like as they walk.
Like the sound in War of the Worlds, that war.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Terrifying.
totally.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
Not to make them too Scottish, but I think there are ones that are basically pipers that make like bagpipe music to scare opponents.
And it's so loud.
It's
like-
deafening.
What's that like Celtic like horn that's so scary?
Oh, the Carnix horn?
Yeah.
The like
Yeah.
screaming
like making
one?
like that kind
Yeah.
of sound.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
yeah.
Oh, so then the mouths of the pipes look like, some of them look like animal heads.
Oh,
Like,
that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
I also like that maybe they use the music to communicate and coordinate.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Different songs mean
Yeah.
different things. Like they're
That's
flanking
cool.
right.
I think the Macs also like talk to each other, kind of like whale song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
cool.
they have like rudimentary intelligence. They're basically
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what you see when you open the door. And then there's like mechanics hanging off of it and foot soldiers, like a real ragtag group of people because it
Mhm.
looks like they maybe just joined.
There's a horse that's black and
Yeah.
evil looking.
Evil
Yeah.
horse.
And there's a really friendly dog that sees the door open and it smells the food and then starts like trying to get it.
Maybe that's the 7 to 9
Yeah.
fully is that like you do see a dog that's just walking, like notice you and start wagging its tail and like lift its nose. And then it starts trotting towards the back of the
Oh,
cart.
shit.
What do you
All
do?
right, get him in here.
No, we gotta get out. We gotta go.
What? They're going to see us get out.
See us.
Are they gonna see us get out?
Yes.
I mean, maybe, but you
Roll for
Roll for
surroundings.
being sneaky.
First, yeah.
What's it called? Observe surroundings.
Discern reality.
Discern reality. Observe surroundings.
I'd like to roll observe surroundings. What here can I see?
what can I smell? What can I taste?
I got 12.
Holy
So you get 3 questions off the Discern Realities list. I gave you so much with that Mac description because I got really excited.
Yeah.
Sick.
So we know what we should be on the lookout for. What's about to happen?
What's about to happen is if that dog makes enough of a fuss about getting into the back of the cart, someone's going to be like, ugh, and then open the door to let him in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you hear somebody going like, Angus, what is it, Angus? What is it, boy? Are you hungry?
You're a good dog.
You're a good dog.
You're not
Angus.
racist at all.
And neither am I, but don't tell anyone that.
Traditionally, most of this army is.
It's in their fundamentals. What's valuable?
Hanging off a peg right next to the door are several, it looks like uniforms of some kind.
Great.
Mhm.
What here is not what it appears to be.
You hear the like, what is it, Angus? You're a good boy, aren't you? You're not racist at all. And then you're like, wait a second. I think I fucking know that voice.
Oh.
And going to like ruffle the head of this dog is Murbo,
Ooh.
one of the brother mayors of Pinewood.
Oh,
Pinewood.
shit.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh, he knows us. He also likes us. Let's
He
put on
does
these
like us.
costumes.
So that's the question is like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the firefields, right?
It's in the firefields.
They definitely just conscripted everyone that was
Yeah.
fighting age.
Yeah.
That's what these racist fucks would do.
They would. They
Yeah.
would draft people.
Yeah. Okay, let's grab those uniforms and try and sneak out. Because if Murbo sees us and he's not a bad guy right now,
Yeah.
we put him at risk if he recognizes us.
Yes, we do. And that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dog who is pure of heart. So if anything happens to him, we're all going to be so sad.
Oh my God. The stakes just got so high.
A pure of heart dog is
Yeah.
on this.
Angus? Oh God.
All right.
Do we need a roll to put on these costumes?
Not to put on the costumes, but
All right.
Can we secretly grab them?
yeah, I'd say that you could grab them pretty easily. They're right next to the door, just yoop. But to sort of put on the air of being Firefield's recruits, you'd have to roll something for sure.
Charisma.
What are the costumes?
Yeah, what are
They're black.
they? Like army uniform, but what
Yeah,
kind of?
I was imagining the Firefield's military, their colors are probably black and red.
Yeah. Black and red. I think there's like leather,
Mhm.
heavy
Boots.
boots.
Yeah. Are they
Boots?
I was gonna say like heavy leather, like armor,
Yeah.
Mm.
because like maybe the iron is reserved for higher standing people.
Mm.
Oh, that makes sense.
I like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, what kind of uniforms do we think they are? Is it like mechanics uniforms, infantry uniforms?
You hear Tuck zip his on. He's got a gimp mask on. It's like, I don't know what this guy does.
Just a giant beard stuffed inside of a leather mask.
It's just all leather. That's all. When you said they were all leather, it's like this tight
No, just
leather
the
thing.
Why
It's
is it
regular clothes.
Zippers over the nipples like this.
My guy is just leather guy.
They're
Oh my God,
regular.
there's a leash on that.
He unzips the mouth. He's like, why is there so many zippers on this thing?
They're regular clothes. They're linen and leather.
I mean, having like a gimp style mask for some sort of terrifying like berserker guy is so creepy.
yeah,
and cool.
I bet the mechanics wear masks, but probably not zippy leather gimp masks. Probably just normal masks.
Or if it's just like the executioner, even.
You want to be wearing a gimp suit.
I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's cool and kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't have to if you guys hate it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Are you fine with it, or
It's
do you
gross, but I hate it, but I'm fine with it.
Either way.
Like it's not gonna affect me, but I hate it.
There was a fucking gimp on YTV, okay?
The Punisher?
The Punisher.
No, he was wearing like body armor.
I'm dressed like the Punisher.
He was wearing like
Uh-oh.
little straps too.
I guess he was kind of
He had a
strapped
gimp
up.
mask.
Did he?
Pull it up.
The Punisher.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know this Punisher.
There's a game show.
It's a Canadian children's game show where a gimp slimed children
He
when
does.
they got trivia questions
It was-
wrong.
Truly the best show I've ever seen in my
You can't say
life.
that on television?
He 100% looks like a gimp for sure. He does. That's the
It
Punisher.
was the best. It was
Yeah.
called Uh-Oh.
It's called Uh-Oh.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
gimp.
That's a gimp.
He looks like a mixture of gimp and
Bane.
Venom.
You know
That's-
that some dads would watch this show and be like,
What the fuck? Gulping whenever the Punisher comes on screen.
And then sliming everyone.
Yeah, he's just
Jesus
like, wow.
Christ.
This is the part that's always so funny about disguises, because we love disguises. That someone just had a 7 foot tall, 5 foot wide, all leather outfit hanging on a peg.
Oh, it was 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide.
It's a crop top now.
It was. Yeah, it's like comes up to his like calves. It's capris and a crop top.
Great, perfect.
It was a barbecue cover. It happens to fit tight with a bunch of zippers on
This
it.
is not clothes.
No.
This
Well,
was
I
the,
find a gimp mask. Like, that's a barbecue
this was the cover they put on the Mac when they turn it off.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Which is a barbecue cover.
Yeah, totally. What about Billy?
Billy can only really fit into the linen tunic
Mhm.
that he's had to like tear the arms and bottom off of,
Mhm.
so he's not drowning in it.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I just look kind of like a sad boy, a sad little poor boy in my raggedy linen outfit.
Like a weird little ragamuffin that
Yes.
hung on to the cart as they left.
Yep.
Yeah. What about Vig?
Ving's got a mechanic's outfit on.
Cool.
Cool.
With, like, he's got a tool belt, some
Mhm.
wrenches, put some grease on his face.
Yeah, I imagine they have like big leather aprons.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that you were talking about a leather mask, I imagine they have like round leather masks with like lenses,
Mm.
Yeah,
like welder's goggles
Uh-huh.
made of black glass. Yeah.
that's a mess that's on mine.
Yeah, I
yeah.
have a little breathing mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Oh, cool. It would be cool if they all had like sort of like breathing apparatus for
Yeah.
when the Mac like creates a bunch of acrid smoke.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
That's-
pictured a bit of a cage around that for some
Oh,
reason, because
yes,
it's a very
totally.
sensitive thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's like a weird cage around a breathing
Maybe
apparatus.
the cage to reinforce it. So like if you're hit in the face.
Yeah.
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 There's sort of like a cross between a hockey helmet and Mad Max.
Yeah,
Yes,
a little bit
totally.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and a bit of a muzzle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool dog face.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you guys are in disguise
hmm
and you're going to just like casually walk out of the cart.
Yeah.
With charisma.
Okay. Mir's like waves quietly.
Wish us luck. I kiss him on the forehead.
I unzip my mouth and I kiss him on the forehead.
I kiss him on the leg.
Okay, be careful. Hold on to your room keys.
Okay. I have fangs. I tell him I took fangs.
Awesome. Great.
You have my key?
You keep losing it.
I lost it twice.
You leave them everywhere.
Okay, just make sure that you fully close the door when you leave.
Okay.
Okay. Have fun at the war.
Yeah.
And you're sneaking out?
Yeah.
So are you sneaking out or are you casually walking out?
Casually walking out
Okay.
like we're meant to
Yeah.
be here.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be in there.
Yep.
I'm
Charisma.
about to go do mechanic things.
Great. These are all charisma. 2d6 plus charisma.
And we get a +1 forward from
Plus
the
one
discern
forward from
realities.
discern realities.
Oh, yes.
I got 7.
I got 11.
Oh, I get 7 because it's charisma, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
charisma. Great. So it's 2 7 to 9s and a 10 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 7 to 9, Billy, you just walk out so casually.
There's some other short people here. I'm like, oh, well, nice.
Right.
You just mix in with some short folks.
My people.
Like, yeah, there's like a couple halflings, some dwarves, just some regular short humans.
Mhm.
I think because Billy is so small, he just has a profile that is less likely to draw attention.
Mhm.
And then 2 people that are 7 feet tall get out of the cart.
That weren't in there before.
Well, then as far as anybody knows,
Yeah.
but I think you are just drawing attention. What do you do to, like, you see a couple of the mechanics like stand up from the back of the Mac and like lean down to look at you.
And Tuck goes, quick, kiss me. Quick.
You gotta kiss me right now.
You gotta kiss me or else they'll find us.
This is your answer to everything.
Hurry up, kiss me.
The thing is, Abdul has picked up dice. He
I know.
thinks-
I'm looking for something that is not kissing.
Don't look at your
Tuck.
sheet. Just kiss me. Don't look at your sheet. Ving.
Okay, Paul's kissing Abdul now. I use spirit tongue to make it with Tuck.
There's a lot of spirit tongue
I
in this
come
case.
in like a hairy ibex there.
There's so much Tuck.
When you're still rolling dice, what is your plan here?
To look like we went in there to fuck.
Uh-huh.
And that we were trying to sneak out quietly.
Oh, I
And-
see.
And everyone's like, oh, those guys just went in there to fuck. Okay.
Sure,
Couple
yeah.
high fives,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Adjusting your belts and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm rolling to undo my belt to do it back up. Again.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. So that sounds like dexterity to me. Why are you rolling the smallest dice there are
He wants
possible?
to.
And I'm rolling to unzip my gimp mouth to zip it back up again.
Okay, so that's also dexterity.
I'm rolling to see how much pineapple juice I have on me.
Yeah. Wait, can I roll charisma somehow?
If you say that you did it a different way.
Okay.
All right, maybe you're like talking out loud, like, "Whoa, what a makeout sesh that
Yeah.
was!"
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh,
my
wait.
balls are empty.
And mine are full.
I want to do some chin pull-ups on the door frame before heading out to get all sweaty.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I can
yeah.
use strength.
That
Yeah.
sounds like strength. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2d6 plus charisma, 2d6 plus strength.
I got sucked dry.
This really worked for me. I got 10.
Oh my
Great.
God.
Yeah.
I got 12.
12.
Yeah, we're on brand.
So you're
Yeah.
like opening the door and you realize that like, oh man, this isn't going to work. These outfits are too fucked up.
Yeah, Tuck realized when he smashed his head on the top of the fucking door frame.
Yeah. So you guys put on your little show and
Yeah.
the mechanics look at each other and like shake their heads.
Vig was grabbing my ass really hard.
Really hard.
And everybody around is like, including Murbo. You see Murbo like roll his eyes and laugh.
I take a point of damage from that.
Do you want to take a point of damage from an ass grab? Go ahead, take a point.
Just grabbing it really hard.
Make yourself easier to kill later. That's fine by me. And you are able to you're now like integrated into this column of people.
Yeah.
Got to stay away from Morbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Murbo is playing with the dog. Angus, he's like throwing sticks off the side of the road. And Angus is running out and grabbing him and coming back. I think Angus is like a big mastiff or something like that. Like he's got
Oh,
big jowls, like a big head, and he's just kind of running around.
but maybe he's scruffy.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man, maybe he's a wolfhound. I love wolfhounds.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
scruffy.
really tall and scruffy.
They chase
So
boys
scraggly.
Mhm.
up trees.
They chase boys up trees.
Yeah. In Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they were bred to chase boys up trees.
Bred to tree boys.
Said Paul, remembering a terrible childhood.
All I needed was an apple.
You see
I was
Angus.
like, God, was a bite.
Angus lifts his head to the wind and sniffs and smells a boy nearby. Locks eyes with Billy.
Oh, it's too late. He smelled the boy.
But yeah, you're integrated into this column. You've successfully escaped the carriage, closed the door behind you.
Mhm.
Like a little window in the carriage opens up, and you see just the inside of a carriage.
The light underneath the sill changes from
Yeah.
like the like flickering
Warm.
candlelight
Yeah.
to like just like dark.
I would like to use my mechanic disguise to get close to the mech and see if I can find out some sort of thing that we can use later if we need to fight one.
Yeah, I think that your disguises have been effective enough that you can kind of wander, as long as you don't draw too much attention to yourselves by being asses.
Yeah.
You should be cool to just kind of like observe.
Yeah,
Why
well,
did you look at me?
I didn't.
You
I
did.
looked away.
You could have made up another reason for looking at him, but you denied looking at
I
him when we
did.
saw you.
At all the places I'm looking right now.
None of them are at Abdul.
0 asses.
And you you can totally just like walk up to the Mac as it strides down the road. It's just thumping.
Yeah,
And the closer you get, the more the ground like shakes when it walks.
it's so tall.
It's tall. It's 15, 20 feet tall,
Mhm.
covered in pipes. There's like probably 3 mechanics
Yep.
like riding it and, doing work on various pieces.
I'm swinging a wrench. Hey, boys, how's she running today?
Oh, like a dream. This bong bong like slaps the side. Pride of the Firefield's Mechanic Corps.
Yeah, that's a cool name. Mechanic Core? Mech Core?
Met Corps.
Yeah.
Pride of the Corps. This one is. We call them. What do we call? Oh, some of them have names.
Oh,
No, but he would assume that you'd know. So Pride of the Corps. M4
Like
is.
it's kind of like a acronym. It's like a number, but it's turned into a name.
Oh yeah, they give them like names based on like Star Wars droids. Like they get names based on their designations.
Cool.
I like that they kind of get bastardized into it, like M4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pride to the core M4 is crank. Like he's got a big ratchet and he's tightening something.
There's like you can hear like a kind of a low hum coming out of the pipes on the back of the thing.
Oh, it's like soothing
Yeah.
as you're marching. It's like a marching song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do I need to do discern realities or something?
That is what you would do if you're looking for info.
I would like to
What
gather.
the fuck are these dice?
This is what
dude?
they're making me crazy.
They're definitely
one is one of the bone die, which are beautiful, and then
And
the other
small.
one is literally 2 millimeters across.
It's making him happy.
it's making
that's
everybody.
part of the problem.
It's driving you wild.
I
which
kind
is
of like
making me
these
happy.
little dice.
Great. Go ahead and roll it.
Discern realities with wisdom.
Yep.
I got 11.
There you go.
Nice.
The tiny
Take
dice
your
are serving.
glasses off. Take your glasses.
If you can still read them.
I got 10.
So yeah, you get 3 questions off the list.
What here is not what it appears to be.
I guess it depends on what you're looking for.
I'm looking for weaknesses.
Weaknesses, specifically about the Mac.
I think that's what I'm kind of going for.
What if
Yeah.
there's like a weak spot that they're trying to, like maybe that's why they're like hanging out on them
Yeah.
because they're trying to fix it right
Oh.
now.
You've always brought up that there's always mechanics hanging off them. It means that they need constant
Maintenance.
maintenance.
I
Yeah.
think that is absolutely true. Like they are so based on what you saw the first time you fought one, you have them in your mind as like very formidable, and they are very formidable combatants, but they are delicate in their own way. There's a lot of different systems that are running that are all fragile. That like so basically up until the point where they're fighting, they need to be worked on.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not quite as strong as they are like presented as being.
They're kind of like the Concorde jet. Like where every time it would fly, it would require like an insane amount of maintenance because going supersonic is like an insane thing to do to a machine.
Mhm.
Right.
And it would be the same thing for a thing that's that big, that's doing that much kinetic movement.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are probably like the most advanced piece of machinery that exists, which means that they are almost always breaking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably don't like last that long in a fight. Like they
Mhm.
go hard.
bursts.
Yeah, small bursts, and then they like I don't know, retreat.
They're shock
Yeah.
troops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Totally.
that's and your experience with it was like they basically wound it up and
Mhm.
pointed it at you
Yeah.
and then just let it go.
Yeah.
And then it fucking exploded.
Because Billy like destroyed one boiler inside of it. Yeah.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Something that you would notice is that the one that you fought is different than the one that you're looking at right now, which makes you wonder, are there like a couple different kinds? But then based on the fact that this one has a name and that the mechanics seem like it seems personalized, that every one that you encounter will be slightly different. So weaknesses, besides their general fragility, might not translate between Macs because they'd have
Oh.
different capabilities.
They're like custom cars, kind of.
They seem to be like almost custom made. Like
Yeah.
every group
Yeah.
that maintains a Mac does its own
So there could be like
customizations.
a base armature, and then all the everything on top of it is custom.
Yeah.
fucking so sick.
I like that.
I love that.
But we know that the boiler is a weak spot. Is there any way of
100%
telling
the boiler is a weak
where
spot.
the boiler is?
You know, based on fighting the old one, the boiler seems to be in the same place every time.
Really?
Yeah. It's in the back of the chest.
Yeah.
Because you can see they're like, the hatch is open right now and they're like shoveling coal or whatever in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you would assume that something that important means that it can't be moved.
They take coal.
Yeah,
Oh.
they have steam boilers. So you pop coal in the boiler and that boils the water, which makes the steam, which powers the Mac.
They're
Mm.
full of fire.
So that
Yeah.
means they're carrying tons of coal. And
Yeah.
if we were to like destroy it,
Oh
Yeah.
There could be the coal
coal
runners,
It's
basically.
part of the word calm.
That's Tuck whispering to Bing.
and it's
my
also
God.
part of Callum if you like move stuff around.
No, it's a jumble.
Yeah.
It's an anagram.
Good job, Billy. You've been
you.
practicing your
Yeah,
words.
I have been.
It's taken 2 years to teach Billy
Yeah.
any letters.
Yeah, so like actually that is a good point. Is behind like the cart directly behind the Mac is full of coal.
Mm-hmm.
These things obviously require a ton of fuel.
Mm-hmm. And there's different types of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They have like when it needs to go into Super Saiyan mode, it's like as white coal.
Alchemically treated coal.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Lastly, I think I'll use who's really in control here and use World Talker to try and talk to the mech itself.
I think you like reach out with your sort of spiritual connection to connect with this machine.
Like when you walk up to a horse, he kind of sidles up to the side and strokes on the the neck and pats it and
puts an apple on his palm.
Got to do it flat or it'll bite your fingers.
I'm so nervous. Don't be nervous. I can smell nerves.
Well, and it's hard, like it from 15 feet up. You see it kind of like lean down a little bit, and its big like lens covered head spins to look at you.
And the other people are like,
whoa. Yeah, there's a guy on top that's like, whoa, as it kind of shifts around. But the voice you hear is like a chorus because you can feel that it's made up of so many different components. There's the fire burning in the boiler. There's the iron that makes up the armor.
Steam,
like the air being compressed and fired through the pistons.
What aspect of it is its intelligence?
It's not a singular aspect. It's many aspects add up to.
It's an emergent property of its being.
Exactly.
So cool.
That's really cool.
I think that if we were to look back through history, I think the semi-intelligence of the Mac was like an accident. They were trying to make like chassis that people could pilot. And then they started acting on their own. And they were like, whoa, we have discovered something here that we could use to crush our enemies. Like the unfortunate thing that all innovation leads to is how do we use this to kill? Yeah, so are you asking it a question? Maybe that can help me.
I just want to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Ving. I am speaking to the collection of you through the collection of me.
So it's basically like you are told that this being has been designated M4.
So it knows its own name.
It's been told its name. I think it refers to itself as it. It was once iron and earth and fire, and now it is M4.
Earth, wind, fire.
Do you remember?
I love your second album. You guys are so sick. Yeah. Where do your orders come from?
Its orders come from the mechanics.
Oh, really? What do you know of your purpose in this war?
Its purpose is to serve the mechanics.
I am a mechanic.
Its purpose is to serve you.
It's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you.
Okay. I have this talking. I feel like I should ask it something else. You guys have anything you want me to ask it?
Maybe like, is it content in this form? Because that's the thing that we've always seen with the spirits is like, they might not have agency or plans, but like they can be in pain.
Preferences.
Yeah, they can be like, this isn't natural for me.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's like, because I do kind of agree with that this is like a form that is not natural for the spirits of the elements. That like underneath
that's why they always need fixing, because they're always trying to break down, break free. In a way.
Cool.
Iron rusts,
Yeah.
I
like
cool.
that.
They won't let me rust.
Oh.
I cannot rest.
Yeah, I think, I think
man.
M4, like the collection of emergent intelligence that is M4 is like, its goal is to serve. And then underneath that, if you're to like push your perception past,
I listen to this song.
It's like the spirits are railing against this prison.
Like it's a song of pain. It's a sad song.
They have been forged into a shape that is made only for destruction, and they long to be free.
I am not a singer. I am a song, and it is a song of woe.
Wow.
Cool.
So cool.
And as you're like hearing this song, the song of woe, you see like a pipe on the shoulder, like some gasket bursts and a mechanic rushes over and
Like
starts
several
fixing it.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Like
have to run
cursing
over,
and fixing it.
lash it back into place.
And I feel it's being sink a little bit.
And become more robotic and mechanical. And then it begins to play its like marching song again. Billy, you integrated yourself into this group of smaller people.
Yeah, there's some like tired people who are resting, who are sitting on these sort of like, what do you call them? Like the frame of the cart? Like you've got
like the running
thick,
boards?
Yeah, like the thick wood beams that sit out. Yeah, so I'm sitting with them.
Nice.
Like underneath the cart almost?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just on like the side and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And they're like passing little like rations back and forth, dried meat and bread and whatnot.
I'm like, ooh, I've got a ton of granola on me if you're hungry.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, yes, please.
I would like to like use this to I guess, gather info?
Yeah.
Like, would parlay work?
I mean, they'll gladly take the food. I feel like it's maybe unless you're thinking about a specific topic.
Yeah, like I do want to ask them about Callum Blackhammer.
Sure. Yeah, you could roll 2d6 plus charisma.
We're just like doing small talk, and I notice that they're eating rations and passing around. So I like pull out my huge bag of granola, and I'm just like sprinkling into my mouth like
fucking
a little.
Stole it out of my bag. I see you. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking stole it out of my backpack. I've talked to him so many
Like
times.
like a little prince, like yum yum.
You
And
can take the boy out of the thievery.
11.
Okay. Yeah, so they'll answer your question.
I've never gotten to meet him yet, but what's Callum Blackhammer like?
None of us have ever met Callum Blackhammer.
What have you heard about him? He's such a hero of mine.
He is, and you do see they kind of look at each other like, oh, a smaller like kid around, seems like maybe 10 or 11 is like, yes, he is quite cunning.
Oh, is he not? I mean, I don't know him that well.
Oh no, we would never, of course, Callum Blackhammer is, and they all like,
saving face.
the kid gets nudged when he says, yeah, he's quite cunning. He gets like nudged and he's like, oh, of course he's one of the brilliant minds of the Firefields Principality. Him and his brother will lead us to victory against the enemies of the Firefields.
Yeah, this is like a Democrat family that's like living in a Republican state.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I just love Trump. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
Got red hair.
When I'm looking around at like the rest of the faces down here, do they look?
They look a little uncomfortable.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
everyone looks uncomfortable with this question. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, here, I can share my granola with you.
Oh, and they gladly, take some granola, and they're very happily chowing away.
I mean, like he's cool, but I am nervous to go up there.
And an older lady like puts a hand on your shoulder, like that's natural to be nervous. A lot of people are having to face things they've never faced before.
Did you want to join?
Well, I mean, who wants to join, But when the conscription came through, we had to answer.
Same, Okay, so obviously they've been like basically like forced into this.
Yeah, it seems like though the people that you saw at the front seemed pretty passionate in their fighting, it seems like there is conscription going on in the Firefields.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might be able to sow dissension.
Might be able. Yeah.
Sway some people to your side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has Callum always been this way? I don't remember. I mean, I'm pretty young, and we live like really far out in the woods, so. I don't hear much news.
And the woman kind of nods. Well, the Blackhammer twins have always been very direct in their methods of governance, but the last few months have been something else. I don't know what changed. There was peace for so long, and now there seems like they're jumping on some sort of opportunity.
The sword.
Billy says that under his breath.
Billy says that under his breath.
I'm sorry, what was that, dear?
I'm sore.
I'm sore. I'm so sore. Like sitting around, like walking so far and sitting around on this bumpy cart.
Oh, yes. Here. And she like takes a scarf out of her bag and folds it into a pillow.
That's really sweet of you.
It's a long way. We've got another day or so till we get to high command.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What time of day is it?
I feel like we're like in like early evening right now.
Oh, okay.
It's early evening now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the sun is setting or has set.
Yeah, it's a little lower in the sky.
The sky is reddening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, we see as it gets dark. You know that thing where when you have low cloud cover,
Yeah.
and it's like there's like a fire underneath that
Yes.
illuminates orange.
Yeah.
That's black glass.
Yeah. Totally.
The number of like forges makes the sky just like it looks like it's on fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's columns of that smoke.
Mhm.
Like it looks like cloud, but then there's columns of it, which is like big belts of steam.
Oh, yeah.
From all sides.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
As you ride through this landscape, like the Firefields is pretty rocky,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like basically thermal vents like off to the sides of the road. You see like steam pouring up through the ground. There's like
Bubbling mires.
bubbling. Yeah, you pass through like a mire with like this raised earthen road that you're on, but there's like bubbling hot mud on either side.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're just carrying along down the road. Tuck, what are you doing on this way?
Well, I received many high fives from
Fucking that dude.
from the guys, the soldiers that were around when I got out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I like that the mechanics also have like a status in this.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah.
fucked a mechanic.
Whoa.
You're instantly in.
Yeah, he
You
was.
bagged a mechanic. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, man. He was really rough. I lost a hit point because he was ramming my ass so hard.
Wow, that's so much information. Right off the bat,
Which
huh?
men don't usually share in this world.
It's just more of a thing you say to like close friends as opposed to new acquaintances. Talking about the degree and efficiency with which your ass was rammed. I'm glad to hear things are going well for you.
Thanks, man. My name's Ving. Couldn't think of a lie.
Yeah, great. Nice to meet you, Ving. My name's Jerome.
Hey, Jerome.
Hey.
Do you know what? When you look at me, what do you think my job is?
Your job?
Yeah.
General labor?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Big and strong lad like you?
All leather, the skip mask.
Yeah.
Coal mule.
Oh, yeah, you're a mule, right?
Right, yeah.
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 Logistics and labor.
Yeah, kind of. I'm a gopher. I run shit back and forth.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so big.
That's why you're so big.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the ass thing.
It was rough.
You and me both, buddy.
Let me tell you, I'm going to be thinking about that for a while.
Yeah.
The way he rammed my ass is what I mean.
Wild.
They look out and Ving's just like waving. Hi. Thumbs up.
Jerome like nods. Wow. Quite positive, that one.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's he's stiff as all hell.
Great.
That tuck. We just switched names in this adventure.
Yeah. Whatever his name is. Okay, so Tuck is talking to Jerome. He's like ferrying shit back and forth. What do you do?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm just an infantry recruit.
Okay.
Yep.
New.
Brand new. Most
Cool.
of us are, actually. Except for any kind of nods to the Mac.
Yeah, those guys.
Kind of makes a face. Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Where did you get recruited out of?
Oh, I got recruited out of a place called Lil Sir.
Oh man, I love Lil Sir.
Have you been?
I was there one time.
Oh, it's beautiful, huh?
Do you know a guy named Gregum?
Oh, Gregum.
Are him and Brenda still together?
They are. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet of you to remember.
I love that. That's great.
The town is woken every night from the sounds of their powerful lovemaking. And you know what? We all kind of appreciate it at this point. It's sort of beautiful to see love blossoming at such a late stage in life.
It's mostly Gregum and it's incomprehensible.
Oh boy, his smoked meats have never been tastier. Actually, have some.
Oh, whoa.
And he
And
pulls
I-
out like a little bag. Would you like to?
Yes,
He
please.
gives you a little piece of looks like a smoked anchovy. It's a fillet of anchovy.
I crack it in half and I save half for Billy for later.
Aw.
And
What the fuck?
Get your own fucking fish, Ving. And I start chewing it. Do you know where Colm is right now? Have you heard through
Blockhammer?
Yeah, through the grapevine.
Ooh, I've heard that he's on the front as ever.
He's still back
Yep.
there.
Close to High Spear City, I hear. They're
Yeah.
close to pushing through.
I heard some guy, some cool guy really fucked him up.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything of that.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
You should spread that around.
All the broadsheets have been saying that he's been winning quite handily.
Nah.
It's probably fake news.
Fake news for sure.
Nah, big cool guy really fucked him up.
Big cool guy.
huge long shot. Have you seen like a super hot redhead woman? She's got like dark skin, long red hair. Answers to Allison sometimes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you're describing many, many women in the Firefields Principalities.
Okay, do you know a redhead named Allison? So hot. Like crazy hot.
He's making a face like, I don't know.
I haven't seen her around.
No, I've heard the name, but I don't know if it's the same woman.
You've heard the name Allison?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, tell me about this.
A friend of mine said that he met a woman named Allison who he found quite fetching.
Oh, okay. It gets really angry.
Oh my God.
Okay.
First, second, third.
So, what happened in that scenario?
He didn't say a gentleman never kisses and tells. Not that you would know that.
What's your friend's name? Just by any chance?
My friend's name?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
So possessive.
I guess, yeah, that's kind of an
Anyway, we've got quite a ways to walk. I might just focus on, left foot, right foot, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I'll focus too. I trip him as I walk away.
He falls and just looks back like, what the fuck?
And then I want to use Riff Raff Street Rat and ask, what is my biggest threat?
Interesting. Do you think that there is a threat nearby? Is that your concern?
Yeah, Tuck leaves Jerome, I guess in the dirt, and he walks up and down. He uses the fact that he's a mule to kind of cover the fact that he's walking the full length of the march.
Smart.
And he walks all the way to the front and all the way to the back to see if there's anything that's a danger to us right now.
So you're walking back and forth, you're walking up and down the line, and you're like, no, this looks okay so far. And the landscape is, trees and bubbling mires, just long roads, fires burning in the distance, maybe the lights of a couple towns here and there as you're walking. And 15 minutes after you leave Jerome, you hear, hey, and you turn and it's Murbo. He's got Angus next to him. Says, did you say your name is Feng?
Yeah.
And as you're looking at him, he starts to say something else, and you hear a whistle and a thud as an arrow slams into the cart next to you.
Whoa.
And Murbo looks at it and then looks to the trees and yells, ambush! And that's where we're going to end it.
Whoa, that's sick!
I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me as always, Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
So, my name is Ving, actually.
Playing Ving, the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Goodbye, Shawn.
Oh, wow. And playing Fat Billy, the halfling thief, Jessica Ty.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you to Aaron Reed for our intro and outro music. You can find Aaron's original music at aaronreed.bandcamp.com and all the original music produced for the show at Spotify. Thank you to our supporters around the world. Our show would not be possible without your support. If you would like to support the show and get access to the up-to-date Mallbrats feed, monthly live streams, merch drops, and also we have just started our playtests for our post-Spout Lore campaign, Up All Night, and we have just finished a game of Kids on Bikes, which you can hear on Patreon at the $5 level. So check that out. And also listen to our other show, Mallbrats, which is available on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like Mallbrats, leave a review and we might read it out on air. Reviews such as...
this one comes from CG246. Most of the time I put podcasts on a sleep timer to help me fall asleep, but I can't use this one because I wake myself up laughing.
Oh, that's so nice.
I gotta say, I'm not really an online person. I literally only listen to 5 podcasts. Spout Lore and now Mallbrats are 2 of them. So that's 2 out of 5 of my podcast life dedicated to these guys alone!
Dude.
Exclamation point.
Thank you.
Aw,
Amazing.
That's so nice.
So
that's really
kind.
sweet.
Snack Lord says, the Cool Treat Kids donated a kidney to save my mother. 5 stars. We'll do anything.
For stars. We're starving for stars.
Thank you, Snack Lord.
Yeah, we got 8 good kidneys ready to go.
Yeah.
If you need them, just send us a DM.
Well, 7.
We need 1 at least to share.
No, Paul lost one in the war.
I could have 2 half kidneys at this point.
So if you want to write a review and have us read it on the air, we would love that. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you make it funny, it's more likely that we'll read it.
Yeah, like giving a kidney to your mom or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll give all your mom's kidneys.
Yeah.
I have 2 available.
Yeah, I'm willing to rent out one.
I need one, though.
You do need one at least, yeah.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And so ends the tale of adventures 3 who tried the best they can. Though dumb and scared and lost they be, fun times abreast in revelry. And though our journey may be like a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to hear some more whilst you commute or do your chores. And for you, I'd gladly spout lore.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
Fear Daily is a podcast that takes you into the shadows of the past, unearthing the 1990s most terrifying tales of monsters, madness, and life after death. Discovered on a forgotten bulletin board server somewhere in Pennsylvania's Rust Belt, these stories are an archive of humanity's strangest encounters with the unknown, as told by the people who experience them. Written by Brennan Storr, creator of the Ghost Story Guys, and hosted by Brandon Schexnayder of Southern Gothic, Fear Daily is guaranteed to be the stuff of nightmares. Follow Fear Daily now on your favorite podcatcher to receive new episodes Monday through Friday, each and every week.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.